Hi knitters and crocheters, it's Tanya. I'm here to talk not about yarn, but about projects. I've made a few little projects recently, super proud of and very excited about. Now I'll put the links to them down below. They're free. I was about to make sure there wasn't one that I paid for, but the two things I'm going to show you are free, and so you can do them if you want to. Now this, what I'm wearing right now, this is a pattern that I made from oh my goodness, I'm blanking on her name right now, but I'll put the link down below. But it's so cute. I have made different projects from, I usually make them sewn in panels, but this one's a top-down little cardigan. I added little shells kind of things at the bottom. And I also added a little popcorn along the top just for a little bit of interest. Put a pretty little wooden button there, but I love it. I'm so happy with it. And I actually made it a little too big. In fact, a little is being generous. I made it way too big. And so what I decided to do, and this is my first time doing it, I decided to felt. I was like, okay, I'm gonna felt. So I got it damp, put it in the dryer, and then I got interrupted. The Walmart guy came, and my big dog is very, very protective of me when no one else is home. So I was home all alone, and he came, the guy came all the way up and got out of his car, and my dog wanted to kill him. And I could hear that my dog was really upset. And so I ran outside and was like, can you please get back in your car while I bring him inside? And so I brought my dog back inside, went out, got the groceries, came back in, and my sweater had been in, or my little cover up had been in the dryer the whole time. And I was like, oh no. And I took it out and I was like, it's a little too small. It wasn't way too small, but it was a little too small, but it was still damp. Still from when I had put it in there. It hadn't been in there that long, but it felted pretty quickly. And so I put it and pinned it again to dry the rest of the way. And so I kind of stretched it a little while I was doing that. And once it came off, it was like it was made for me. Just perfect. And it's a little warmer than it would have been otherwise because of the little double crochets. I've worn this so many times and I love it so much. So I'm so happy. Now I usually make things in panels. I sewed probably before I started crocheting. And so for me, panels just make sense. You sew the edges and that kind of thing. And so anything I've crocheted or knitted has been done in panels. This time I thought, I've seen so many people do things in the round, and I thought, okay, in the round I don't want to do because I'm just too sensitive about my belly area. And so I want to be able to adjust for it. And I don't know if I would do that very well in the round. So instead, I thought I'd do top down with something that was open. And I don't think I'll do it again. I really like using panels. I feel like I have control over each panel, and sewing makes sense to me just in my brain. So top down was fun. It was interesting. It was fine, and it was a simple pattern, which made it easier. But I don't know. I think I just like doing panels more than in the round. And I've heard lots of people tell me that they prefer in the round to panels. We just have preferences. Maybe it depends on your background. Again, since I was sewing, it just makes sense to me to have panels. But I'm going to show you another thing that I made. It's another little shrug, although it's not really little. This yarn is an Expression Fiber Arts yarn. This yarn is one of my Knit Crate yarns. It is one of my favorite yarns that I've used. This one right here. Oh, it's so beautiful. It is Addi wool sleek. This stuff is a joy to work with, but they only have like really bright colors left. It's a 55% fine merino wool, 30% baby alpaca, 15% mulberry silk, and it is a 4-weight, and it's hand wash only. Don't put it in the dryer, but it is gorgeous. This yarn is such a pleasure to work with, and I'm so happy with the garment I got from it. This is an Expression Fiber Arts yarn that they don't have anymore. It's called Teal Appeal. It's one of their Dewy Decay line, which I love their Dewy Decay line. It is by far my favorite. It has It's just so squishy. I know that's such a weird way to describe yarn, but it's so squishy. Even while you're using it, it was a pleasure just to do a work with it. It was so nice, and I am happy for every penny I spent on it. It's not the cheapest of yarn, but it's so pleasant to work with. Didn't regret it at all, but I played yarn chicken. You know what happens when you play yarn chicken? You end up with not full sleeves. Let me show you my sleeves. They come a little bit below my elbows. I played around with it. I kind of played to decide if I wanted it here or here, but I really kind of like right below the elbows, and I didn't decrease it because otherwise I could have gone a little bit longer if I did decrease, but I decided I'd rather have it right here and kind of flare like that. So when I have my arm like this, it does that. Little flare. I wish I could have done full sleeves, but it's okay. I tried looking for more yarn for like a week and a half, emailed people who said they had it in their stash, but I couldn't find it. But this is it. I'm so happy. It's so pretty. It's a lovely little shrug. I wear a lot of blue, and it has, with this, it's a pattern that I'll put down below. It's by Willa Made. And it has just a little trim around the outside, and it's all V-stitch, super duper easy. This is my second thing making with that pattern. The other one I made was like an orange color with full sleeves and is just gorgeous. I wear it all the time too. In fact, I wore it today with this dress, but I love this. I had to make sure and put all the weave in all the ends real quick so I could wear it to work one day. Right after I finished it. Next day I wanted to wear it because I was wearing a blue dress and it was gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So those are my most recent projects that are big projects for me. Now this weekend decided I wanted to make some stuff for my students. I'm working on a hat. I have 3 students that are either in football or band who it's their senior night this week. And that's their last time that they're gonna play their sport. They do a cool thing with their parents where they bring their parents on the field and they thank them for supporting them through all the years. And it's super sweet, but I thought I would make them for something for them because they're my students. And in the library, I don't get a bunch of students, not like when I was in the English classroom and I got, oh goodness, 150 students, in which case I couldn't do this for all of the students that were having senior night. But for this, I get, I think I have 50 or so, and that's not as bad. So I made on my knitting machine, these are the school colors. So I made a hat in the school colors. I also made a black one because a lot of my kids just wear black. And 3 of them are boys. 1 of them is a girl. And for my husband, he won't wear any of my crocheted hats except this pattern, which is the basic, just ribbed pattern where you work in the back loop and then you make it in a rectangle and then you sew it together. So I'm making one of these, then I'll let my kids pick whatever it is, whichever one it is they want, they're welcome to have. And then I made for the young lady, and she can pick a hat too. I'm making enough so that she can pick a hat if she'd rather, but I put a little neck warmer for her to wear under her jacket that's in the school colors too. So if she doesn't pick it, that's okay, because I like it too. That's the nice thing. It's like I make it like 1 extra so that if they don't like it, fine, I'll have a little extra thing. And I also made a little project bag. I had some extra really thick wool that's really rough that I decided to make just a little project bag. I actually had all of these things stuffed in there. Isn't that cute? Just a little, I made the base is too loose. I made it double crochet. I don't know what I was thinking. I should have done single crochet for my base, but made a cute little project bag. And that way when I take the stuff in to school, it'll be in my little project bag when I take it in there. See, it's kind of, so I've had lots of fun, and it's fun making stuff for other people, but it's also fun making stuff for me, right? Remember, we are creators. We are knitters and crocheters. We're bringing new things into the world. Now, some of us just have a bit of a yarn habit. Sometimes I think I'm more of a yarn hoarder than a creator, but I remember I'm also creating. I'm making things. I'm bringing beauty into the world, and so are you. So as a fellow creator, I hope you're having a good time with your hobby, and we'll see you next time. Okay? Thank you. Bye-bye.